Question 1. Evaluate each of the following. So these are the questions which we have to evaluate. That is, we have to simplify them and find the final answer. So A part is minus 30 divided by 10. So this division can also be written as by this sign, minus 30 as it is, divide by 10, 0 zeros get cancelled out, minus 3, you're left with minus 3. Therefore it is your answer. Now B part, 50 divided by minus 5. You write 50, put the division sign. You can also do it in this manner, like we have done here. So 50 over minus 5. 1 5s are 5 and 10 5s are 50. So again, it'll be minus 10. Now C part, minus 36 divided by minus 9. Here minus minus sign get cancelled out, becomes positive, and 1 9s are 9, 4 9s are 36. Therefore the answer is 4. Now D part, minus 49 divided by 49. 49 cancel out, minus sign is left, so the answer is minus 1. 13 divided by this whole thing. So whatever is in the bracket, we try to solve it first. So minus 2 plus 1, signs are different, we will deduct it and put the sign of greater number. Therefore it is minus 1. 13 as it is, and here the answer is minus 13. F part, 0 divided by minus 12. So you don't have to do anything, just put 0, because whenever numerator is 0, the answer is going to be 0, provided denominator is not 0. So we can do it in long form to make you understand. Put 0 here, minus 12, this is the way, the long way. Minus 12 house R is 0. So we know when we multiply anything with 0, it becomes 0. Therefore we have to multiply it with 0 to get you 0. That's why the answer is 0 here for the F part. Now one thing is a note in question number E. If it is 13 over minus 1 in the denominator, it is negative, that is equivalent to, or you can say equal to, if negative is at numerator. And that is also equal to if minus is here. So you don't have to confuse yourself whenever you see negative sign either on numerator or denominator. These are all same. If there is only one negative sign, either it is on numerator or denominator, or it is placed before the fraction. This is the same thing. H part, minus 36 divided by 12 divided by 3. So first of all, we will solve always bracket, else our answer will go wrong. So 1 12s are 12, 3 12s are 36. Therefore it is 3 for this whole part. Minus is also there due to this same thing, and divided by 3. So here 3 by 3 is 1, and sign was negative, therefore 1. Therefore negative sign. I part, minus 6 plus 5. So here we have two brackets, we will solve them separately. Here minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1. We don't have to repeat it again and again. You know why it came. Again here minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, and this cancel out, give you 1. So this was your question number first. Second, verify that A divided by this in bracket, that is B plus C, is not equal to A divided by B plus A divided by C. Basically it wants to state that division is not associative. We cannot say A divided by B plus A divided by C as we did in case of multiplication, because multiplication is associative in nature for each of the following values of A, B, C. So what we are doing here, we are taking the values of A, B and C and putting it in this equation. So this is your left hand side and this is your right hand side as we did in previous questions. So putting the values here, first taking this thing, a is 12, therefore writing 12 divided by, solving this bracket, that is b plus c, b is minus 4, c is 2, so same is written here, 12 as it is divided by minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. So 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12, therefore minus 6 is your answer because here it was negative. So this was your left hand side solution. It came out to be minus 6. Now right hand side. Putting a 12, b minus 4 plus as it is, and within bracket a divided by c, that is 12 by 2. So 1 4 is a 4, 3 4 is a 12, negative sign, therefore it is minus 3. And here 1 2 is a 2, 6 2 is a 12, 6 from here, and signs are different, we will subtract them and put the sign of greater number, therefore plus 3. So what we infer from this, what we conclude from this is minus 6 is not equal to 3. So that is what it was asking for, verification. Therefore hence verified, it is not equal. Now b part, here a is minus 10, b is 1, c and 1. We will do the same thing, putting the values here. Now solving it, minus 10 as it is, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 2 is a 2, 5 2 is a 10, minus sign here. And right hand side, putting the values, substituting the values, solving it, minus 10 plus again minus 10. Now minus 10 plus minus is minus 10, that is both the same, we add them up and put the sign of negative, minus 20. Again minus 5 is not equal to minus 20, therefore it is again verified. So this was the question number 2. Question 3, fill in the blanks. So again we had done this type of question previously as well. So what should be here in order to get 369? So if we divide it by 1, we get the same number, therefore 369. B part. Now here first we have to look the output, it is 1. Then how 1 can come if we divide this number by itself, therefore 75, and here the sign was negative, therefore only one thing should be negative. If we put it negative then it will become plus, but it is not here, therefore we take plus 75. C part. Now here, which we were talking here, so we have to put minus here because sign is plus, therefore minus minus become plus, and because it is 1, the same number should appear here. Now D part. Now here it is 87, that means we have to divide the number with 1. Division identity. So it is 1, minus minus is plus, therefore we have to take it as negative sign. Now here we are getting 87, so the number should be 87, but here it is negative and here it is positive, therefore we have to introduce negative here. Now F part, we are getting 1. This hints us that the number should be 48 because it will cut to give you 1, but it is negative, so we have to introduce negative. Now G part, here we have 2, so how can we get 2 when we have numerator 20, when we divide it by 10? But here it is negative, so we have to introduce negative sign here. Now H part, we are having 4. So the way to do this is, one is when you do plenty of such type of questions, you get it immediately in your mind. The other way, or the long way, is this, which you have to find. You have to take it as value as x. So we have taken it as x, rest write everything as same. Divided by 4 equal to minus 3. This divided by 4 equal to minus 3. Now this means x divided by 4. The long way we have written this, and wherever there's nothing written, it means the denominator is 1. We did it. Now you have to do cross multiplication. This is called cross multiplication. That is, this numerator is multiplied with the other side denominator, and this numerator is multiplied with other side denominator. So x into 1 is x, equal to 4 into 3 is 12, and minus sign is also there, therefore minus. So the answer came out to be minus 12. So your answer is here minus 12. So this is how you do question number 3rd. Question 4th. Write 5 pairs of integers a, comma b such that a divided by b equals -3. One such pair is 6 divided by 2, because 6 divided by -2 equals -3. Okay, so you have to find the pair which satisfies this equation. So here we go. First one can be -3 divided by 1. So when you solve it, you get -3. Then another can be the same thing, but sign is here. When you again solve it, it is satisfying this equation. So what you're getting is -3. A is not the same. Here it is -3, here it is +3. Here again B is not same, it is 1 and it is -1. These are real numbers which are different. So what is the way to find these things? So there is a trick or a methodology, whatever you want to call it. So think of a number. So first you think of a number which you put at denominator part here. So let's do for this. So we thought the number has to be 2. Now multiply with -3 or the number asked. So we have to consider this number, that is -3 in this case, or whatever the number which has been asked to us. We have to multiply with this number. So 2 multiplied with -3 gives you how much? -6. So this is your required number. So the multiplied number makes your pair. So how we can achieve it? First we will think of a number. Let's think the number to be 3. Multiply this number with this thing, the number which is asked. It can be anything. In this question it is -3, but it can be anything. Your examiner or your teacher can ask anything in your paper. So be prepared for this. So we will multiply it. 3 3s are 9 and -9. So this is a -9 that makes your pair. So in this way you can make infinite number of pairs. Let's see the last one, -3. You thought the number to be -3. You have to think them as integers. Integers are both real, both numbers, positive and negative, including 0 as well. But here you cannot use 0 because it will make to infinity, which is a concept which you'll learn in your later classes. So -3 into -3 is what? 9. Minus is plus. That makes your pair. So you got the idea. You can find infinite number of pairs in this way. That was your question number 4th. 5th. The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees Celsius, above 0. If it decreases at a rate of 2 degrees Celsius per hour until midnight, at what time would the temperature be 8 degrees Celsius below 0? What would be the temperature at midnight? So the question is, initial temperature we are given is at 12 noon, that is at 12 noon in between morning and the afternoon, that is 12 noon exactly when the clock is here. You don't call it afternoon or morning, it is noon, exactly at 12. The temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, it is given to us. Now change in temperature per hour, it is decreasing, therefore we take minus sign because it has mentioned it decreases. So what does it mean? It means at 1 p.m. the temperature will be 8 degrees Celsius. That's what we have calculated, 10 degrees Celsius minus 2 degrees Celsius, that is 8 degrees Celsius. And at 2, the temperature will be 8 minus this minus 2 again, that is 6. Likewise, you can find till 9 p.m. So this, you got it, how it is done. If it decreases at the rate of 2 degrees Celsius per hour until midnight, at what time would the temperature be 8 degrees Celsius? So you have to do it till you find 8 degrees Celsius. But look, you also found 8 degrees Celsius here. Then the answer would be 1 p.m. But no, you have to understand the language first. It has specially mentioned below 0. What does it mean? It means there are two 8s. This 8 and this 8. This is positive 8. This is freezing 8. So it has asked for actually minus 8 degrees Celsius. That is what it implies, below 0. So this is the first part. What would be the temperature at midnight? This means the 12 at the midnight. We have done this. Now it will take 12 hours to be midnight. Why? Because when you make a total rotation from here, this is 6 in the evening, this is 9 in the night, and 10 in the night, 11 at the night, and 12. So it took 12 hours. So we got to know about the number of hours. So the change in temperature will be 12 into minus, because at every hour it is changing 2 degrees Celsius. 12 to the 24 in negative. So what we have to do now, so the final temperature at the midnight will be 10, the current one. Subtract 24 from this. So it will be minus 14 degrees Celsius at 12 midnight. Therefore, the temperature at midnight will be 14 degrees Celsius below zero. Either you can write minus 14 degrees Celsius, or you can write in language form as 14 degrees Celsius below zero. These both are the same thing. So you just have to keep in mind the language portion. Be very specific what the question is asking for. So this was your question number 5. Question 6. In a class test, plus 3 marks are given for every correct answer, minus 2 for every incorrect answer, and no marks for not attempting any question. So Radhika scored 20 marks. If she has got 12 correct answers, how many questions has she attempted incorrectly? So, marks obtained for correct answer is 3, that is plus 3. For negative, it is minus 2. So marks scored by Radhika are 20. It is given to us 20 marks. The marks obtained for 12 correct answers. Because it is given, she got 12 right. So it will be 12 into 3. That is 36. Clear so far? The marks obtained for incorrect answer. Because we are asked to find how many marks has she attempted incorrectly. First of all, we will have to find marks, because we are talking in terms of marks only. If we come to know about the marks, we can divide it to get the number of questions. So this is the basic idea about it. So the total marks she obtained for incorrect will be total score, her total score, minus marks obtained for 12 correct answers. So her total score was 20 and she attained 12 correct answers. That is 36 marks. Why we are using marks? Because everything provided to us is in terms of marks. So therefore, we got marks obtained for incorrect answers as minus 16. Marks for one wrong answer was minus 2. Therefore, we can get the number of incorrect answer by dividing marks for one wrong answer with the total wrong marks she got. That is minus 16 divided by minus 2. So it is simple. 1 to the 2, 8 to the 16, minus is plus. Therefore, she attempted 8 wrong questions. So this was for your Radhika. Now, Mohini scores minus 5 marks in this test. Now, she has got 7 correct answers. How many questions she attempted incorrectly? Now here, the same thing, because the same test, they both are in same class. The marks scored by Mohini is minus 5. It is given to us. Now marks obtained for 7 correct answers, because we know she got 7 correct answers. 7 threes are, because one question gives her 3 marks, so 7 will give her 21 marks. Now again, using the same thing, marks obtained for incorrect answers will be a total score minus marks obtained for correct answers, which is 7 in her case. So minus 5 and minus 20 gives you minus 26. So it is just the same. You can think it as, suppose you got 10 marks. Out of them, 5 are wrong. So this means 5 are correct if every question fetches you 1 mark. So this is the basic idea. The marks for one wrong answer is minus 2. Therefore, when we will divide this minus 26 with minus 2, we can get her the number of incorrect questions. Now third, Rakesh scores 18 marks by attempting 16 questions. So total marks scored by Rakesh are 18 when he attempts 16 questions. So we wrote that down. Now how many questions has he attempted correctly and how many has he attempted incorrectly? So now in this case we have to find again the questions. So how we can do it? We don't know the number of correct answers. So we'll take it as either you take it X or you just write it here. So number of correct answers into 3. This will give you marks of correct, but you don't know how many are those. So you can take the number x, or in the language form as well. So this will give you marks, this whole product, 3 into this. Now plus number of incorrect answers, which fetches him minus 2 marks, gives you 18 score. So this will be his total score. That is how much he scored correct and how much he scored incorrect. That will give his total marks. This is the whole idea. Now writing the same thing here, plus solving this thing. Number of correct answer. So number of incorrect answers will be 16, that is total attempted by him, minus number of correct answers. So this will give him number of incorrect answers. And again, minus 2 as it is, equal to 18. Now writing the same thing, plus solving this. This is associative multiplication property. 16 to the 32, it is minus, therefore minus 32. Putting it in brackets in order to make our calculation easy. Now again, minus 2 as it is, and number of correct answers here equal 18 as it is. Now solving this, number of correct answers as it is. Now you can see here, this is also number of correct answers. This is also number of correct answers. Here these are 3, here these are 2. We can add them. It is just like adding 2 toffees or 2 chocolates. You can add 2 chocolates. That means you can add 2 things of same kind. Therefore 3 plus 2 makes 5. And plus minus is 32. Therefore minus 32 came here, equal to 18 from there. Now this whole thing has reduced to only this thing. The number of correct answers, 5 as it is. Now we have mentioned also, if we are changing the sides, that is going from one side to other, the signs get changed. Minus becomes plus. Therefore 18. 18 was here, 18. This sign changed because we made it to go towards right hand side. It's plus 32. When you solve it, 18 plus 32 is 50. Now number of correct answers, here it was getting multiplied. So when it goes towards that hand side, that will be 50 over 5. It gets divided. So 50 over 5 is how much? 10. Therefore number of incorrect answers will be total questions attempted, that is 16, given to us already, minus 10, that is number of correct. So it gives you incorrect. So 16 minus 10 is 6, and therefore total number of correct and incorrect answers scored by Rakesh is 10 and incorrect is 6 respect. This was your lengthy question. You have to keep patience while solving it. That was your question number 6. 7th. An elevator descends into a mine shaft at a rate of 6 meter per minute. This is meter because it is a length. If the descent starts from 10 meter above the ground level, how long will it take to reach minus 350 meter? So this can be visualized by this figure. This is a mine shaft. It can be a gold mine, an iron mine, or anything. It is a mine. So here is an elevator to keep the things moving up and down. So what the question says is, if the descent start from 10 meters, suppose the crane or the elevator is here 10 meter above. It is not here. It is here 10 meter above. And it has to reach minus 350 meter below the ground. So this is the ground. Below 350, that means it has to reach here. So downward distance is denoted by a negative integer. This you know. Now initial height is plus 10. Why? You have to consider this height as well. It is not this height only, it is this height. That's why we are emphasizing on the language part. You have to first understand the question, what it is asking for. Then brainstorm your mind and act accordingly. The depth is minus 350 meter. The total distance to be descended by the elevator is this plus this. So minus 10, because if it is here, it has to go minus 10 first down. Therefore, we took it as minus 10. Then plus, what we have to add to this 350, because ultimately it has to reach here from here. Therefore minus 10 and minus 350 gives you minus 360. It is not this distance, it has the actual distance is this. Time taken by the elevator to descend 6 meter is 1 minute. It is saying it takes 1 minute by the elevator to move a distance of 6 meter. In 1 minute it will move 6 meter. In another minute it will move next 6 meter. So it means in 2 minutes it will move 12 meters. This is what it means. Now time taken by elevator to descend 1 meter. It will be 1 minute by 6. This is unitary method. You have learnt it in your previous classes. Time taken by elevator to descend 360 meter. Ultimately, it has to descend this much. Therefore, 1 minute over 6 as it is, we have to multiply it with 360. Now, 1 6 is 6, 6 6 is 36, 0 as it is. So 60 minutes. It will take it 60 minutes, which is equivalent to 1 hour. Therefore, this is how you do your question number 7. And this was your last question.